Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside Podcast. And now here's your host, Joe Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside Podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and man, oh man, good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. And I just want to welcome you to another episode, Dudes at Ringside. I just said that twice. Come on, get with the deal. Today, I have two awesome individuals that are blazing a trails for themselves on the international scale of wrestling, indie stuff. We love that stuff. We love that here. Introduce yourself to my internationally known audience.
I am Judas, and this is
Skylar.
Awesome. Welcome, Judas. Welcome, Skylar. Individually, if my American fans aren't familiar with you both, introduce yourself.
Start.
So I am a professional wrestler who's trained in majority North Wales in the UK for a relatively small promotion called Fusion Pro Wrestling, and now training full-time in Claws, a part of TNT Extreme Wrestling in Liverpool.
It's a bit boring for me. It's basically the exact same. We started at the same school. So Fusion Pro Wrestling, really small, up in Llandudno. Lovely people though. And then we came all the way down to Liverpool recently, beginning of this year, and started training with Claws, who are also incredibly lovely people.
Yeah,
luckily
we've been getting more and more bookings across the UK more recently.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So where exactly have you been booked so far? If you want to talk about that.
We've just been to Amateur World Wrestling, Alternative World Wrestling, or AWW, in Dudley near Birmingham. That we've just done a show. We were invited to another show on the 5th, but neither of us have sadly been able to
get the availability
to go.
And before that we did a lot of shows for Fusion, so we were doing it around North Wales. So we were going to, we did a couple in Holyhead, a couple in Llanfairpwllgwyn. We've got another show going in Llanfairpwllgwyn.
Yeah, that's on
August.
the 3rd of August. Yeah.
And fingers crossed we'll get another booking.
Yeah.
In a more local area soon.
Yeah, we
fingers crossed.
Yeah, we constantly DM other companies and getting emails out. So it's just about finding time in both of our schedules.
Yeah, that's the difficult point. Like nowadays, most wrestling promotions, you DM them and then you email them and they go, "Oh, you messaged us? We didn't realize it," because a lot of people don't look at their DMs anymore. Like I feel like when I message you guys, I was afraid that you guys weren't going to message me back because a lot of the time, not to call anybody out, but no wrestlers have said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see your DM." They don't, a lot of people don't check their DMs. I don't know why. I guess an email is a new DM. I don't know.
I'm more on the DMs than I am my emails. Emails is usually my backup.
Yeah.
You know,
like I have no problem emailing somebody. I have an email address, but like sometimes I'm just like, what? Then I realize I have over 100 and something DMs that have never been opened on Instagram. So like, I just go and they delete. I'm like delete. But then if I delete them, I'm like, who am I gonna talk to next year? Oh geez. I'm like, somebody has friends that want to send their friends to me. I'll do it. Like those are all backup plans for next year. Let's go into it. Skylar, I noticed like your outfit you wear with the shoulder pads and everything. Was that like the original plan for your gear, or did you have other ideas?
I'll be completely honest. If you've looked at my Instagram, you will see a very chaotic amount of outfits. It wasn't the initial plan. The very, very initial plan was basically rainbowy and loads of vibrant colours.
Your original custom gear was a design called Play-Doh,
Yeah,
if I remember.
it was called Play-Doh, and it was like swirls of different colours in. I was like, yeah, that's gonna work. Put it on, just didn't look right on me. So then I had to change it, and then I was like, well, maybe I'll go for a blue style. And so then I was trying to make makeshift ones I could make at home until I figured it out. And then while I was doing my like monthly scroll, looking at places to buy gear from and looking at inspiration, I came across it. I was like, oh, I really like those those shoulder pads. They're like different. I've got a bit of style.
You've got so many compliments from many different, especially female wrestlers going, it's so unique. You need to keep that.
And I think now the shoulder pads are gonna just have to stay.
They're gonna have to stay.
Yeah. I'm an 80s baby. All I can think is like those 80s shoulder pads you see in the girls and like those dresses that the wedding movies are like, I don't like our dresses. They're so floofy. Like it looks nice. It looks like if you wanted to go heel, you can make that like a queen gimmick because the shoulder pad, like the shoulders on your shirt, you know?
Like Healy, so many other ways I can go about it. I absolutely
Queen Skylar. Think about it, Queen Skylar. I'll put that energy into you, Queen Skylar.
And like I really love musicals. Like it's such a big part for me. And the amount of gears that I can now make just with the shoulder pad aspect that relate to musicals, it's chaotic. I can do 6 inspired gears. I can do anything now. The shoulder pads have opened a whole new world for me.
Yeah,
completely new world.
So, are there any other colors you would want to inspire into that same style?
Yeah, there's I've got a few different ideas. Started with a basic one with the blue. There's a couple where I'm like, I really love purples and like lightningy pinks. If that makes sense, like the little electric styled ones. So I'm kind of thinking,
like put a little white lightning bolts into like a green outfit. Oh, I'd be fire. That would be fire. Or flames on like a yellow outfit, like the bottom's white. See, ideas. See,
it's great.
Write this. I'm an artist. Got to write this down, girl. The EDD. I just spit out ideas. People, I'm like, just start to tell people. Be like, what's that movie? The guy, he's like, write that down. Write that. Like, that's me.
Yes.
I'm always. I tell people, I'm like, that's why I got to work for WWE. I come up with ideas for like pay-per-views or like, who hasn't done that playing WWE games? Like, you come up with an idea before WWE does, and then you're like, wait a minute, how'd they just see that? Oh wait, there's an active browser that they could go boop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we come to our other guests. What kind of inspiring do you come up with your gear? Because I see your shirt. I love that logo with the skull. It's like almost like a tie-dye-ish. How would you describe your character to my American fans?
So my first like proper love of wrestling came from my granddad. And his favorite wrestler for many years was the overly colorful Ultimate Warrior. So the splashes of color from the skull is inspired by the Ultimate Warrior's face paints and all of that, because it keeps me close to my granddad. But me as a character, I started off as a relatively flamboyant, quite the easiest way to explain it, quite camp, and I've just become more and more into my own with it. I've got more aggressive, more similar to a Undertaker mixed with the Ultimate Warrior as time's kind of come on, and I've got more comfortable with myself. My gear is inspired by some of my favorite wrestlers. The knee pads. It's Seth Rollins, Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, some of the old Kane tights.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's pretty cool because not a lot of people use like Undertaker and the Ultimate Warrior like inspired for like gear, because like a lot of people are like, oh, Undertaker's so dark and like gothish. But have you ever thought of doing like a split like idea, like have like half Ultimate Warrior with like the streamers and half like Deadman style?
I want to get a leather jacket and have like a big dark leather jacket with splattered paint all over it. I have that now on the back, beautifully done by Skylar actually, but I want to add streamers down the arms.
Oh, I don't know if I can do that.
But I don't know how to do that yet, so that's coming.
Oh, wow. You know, it's crazy because I can see the trunks like half day, half night. Like one half of the jacket will be like the Undertaker themed, and the other half will be like bright and cheery, like with the streamers on the arm.
That's just kind of me as a person day to day. A lot of people say if they see me, I don't give off like such a nice present, because I'm 6'6", massive, got neck tattoos, stretched ears. I don't have the most friendly exterior, but on the inside, I'm just bright, full of color.
So are you technically a heel? Like, would you say you're a heel?
I am currently, yes. I am booked as a heel, and I more resonate with that.
So I guess you and Skylar would never be a tag team. Like,
up until recently, that's been the case.
We never know. It might reappear.
Yeah. You never know with us two. We're always back and forth with each other. We're always either in a rivalry against each other or with each other. So it always depends on who our opponents are going to be, or if we've had a disagreement, and that's what's going to come to head.
Yeah, that happens. Like, but now you guys, like, do you guys travel with each other to shows? Because, you know, back in the old days, like, if you're versing each other that night, tend to take an Uber and you take the Uber, I'll drive tonight. Like, so that don't show up together. Like, you don't have to fight. Get out of the car. Take my bag.
Look, luckily we're quite early. We're there a lot of time before any crowds show up, so that's usually not the problem for us.
Yeah, or I'll send you before me, because I'm taking longer.
Usually I'll still enter the building before anybody else sees us, so we always staggered entrance.
That is the fear for, I know, of every wrestler, if they're in a relationship or they're brother and sister and one's a heel and one's a face. Like, how the hell are you going to explain that to the crowd that shows up too early to get a ticket, that didn't get the ticket in advance? That's my advice to every wrestling fan. If you have the internet and you have a phone and you have a credit card, buy it in advance. So you're not sitting there walking in and watching wrestlers that are supposed to be wearing a mask, walking in with their bag with the hood up going, oh, that's Supernatural. And they're like, you bitch, you just saw them without their mask on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no.
No, we're usually quite good at making sure that we're there plenty of time. We like to put in the time and effort to help set up rings and stuff like that. So we're always there much time. If the show starts at 1, we're there at 9 in the morning.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Here we go. My question is, because I've asked a lot of people this question lately. When you're traveling to shows, what is in the car? What kind of snacks are we talking about?
Depends on the time.
Yeah.
It depends on the time.
Okay.
If it's an earlier show, we've got small little snacks. I've usually got Jaffa cakes, bourbons. Usually I've got the sweet stuff. She's got the savory.
Yeah. I always bring like tortilla chips.
Yeah.
And usually I drink loads of fizzy beforehand. Like, give me the energy boost I need.
And I'm there with bags of Haribo, sweets, cakes, you name it. I'm just piling it in before.
Like, almost like a Drake's Cakes, or like those. I don't know if they have them in the UK. Those brownies with the little pieces of candy on them.
I know that.
Yeah.
Usually, I'll make cookies to bring.
Yeah.
I'll make chocolate.
I love cookies. See, this is why I wish you could mail stuff like that to the to the States. I'm like, I'm a cookie man. I'll eat. There's a lady that I know that does a bakery at a farmer's market that I always go to, and she makes cupcakes and those big cookies, the giant ones that you could eat for like 3 days. And she just, I inhale it with a giant cup of coffee. I'm just like ripping it in pieces and just like a child in the backseat of the car going on a road trip. I'm like, shouldn't be eating chocolate in the morning, but I'm like, fuck it.
You need it.
Yeah.
Always chocolate chip.
Sorry. When you guys travel, do you guys always travel the same way, like with the packing wise? Because you both have separate gear and separate bags. So do you guys ever have to like travel accordingly? Because you have gear bags, your clothing, the merch. Like, how do you pack the car?
So lately we've been going by train a lot, so it's currently suitcases and backpacks.
Yeah.
We've got a suitcase designated that has both of our gears. One half it's split my gear, one half split hers, and then backpacks that's got boots, knee pads, any merch we need, both on us. So it's very neatly, tightly packed between two backpacks, a small little bag, and a travel size suitcase.
We've got it down to a T now.
Yeah, it's took some time to properly organize it, but it is packed and ready to go whenever we need it.
Like we usually will have like a bag that we use to go to training with, and we'll basically like packing cube it.
Yeah.
And so we'll make it really, really small and tight. And that has things like boots, the knee pads, for me, elbow pads, and like all the annoying stuff that you don't want to bring, but you know, you need to bring, like painkillers.
Yeah, painkillers, drinks, water, you name it.
Extra pair of like tights, like gear, tops or bottom, just in case. God forbid one of your tights like rips at the butt, and like if you're like practicing before the show and you're like, dang it, the blue tights ripped. I got red ones. I'll just mismatch today. No one will notice. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, got plenty of that. Luckily, we're quite
don't
organized.
Want to put that in your conscience, but then there's always that moment. Or even worse, you're traveling by airplane and you're coming to like the States. Fingers crossed for you guys. And your suitcase with the merch gets tossed, gets lost.
That's my biggest worry.
No.
Oh, it has?
It's a worry I've always got. I that would be my worst nightmare.
Yeah, like if God forbid like that ever happened, do you guys have a backup plan, both of you, to like wear just street clothes that night, or like?
Yeah, we'll always wear something on show day. We'll always usually wear something a bit more mobile than what we usually would, just in case anything bad happens. We'll just wear that and go out to the ring.
Yeah.
Luckily, if I'm going to a show, just in case there is a fan outside, I've always got one of my merch on. I'll just cut the sleeves off that and I'll go into the ring and wear that.
I have a spare pair of pants that I wear that are like glittery, that I wouldn't want to rest all the time.
Yeah.
But if I need them.
So out of the both of you, what has been the craziest spot you ever had to do? Got him.
Oh, that is a good one.
We did one we did one the last tag team match we actually did together, what took more coordinating than we thought. It wasn't really a scary spot, but it was
not for you. If it's what I think it is, it wasn't scary for you. You're not the one that had your arm bruised for days.
No, I had the easy job. It was doing you might know it as the Good Brothers finisher, the Magic Killer.
Oh, the magic whatever, the Magic Buster or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's the Magic Killer. So I did the nice easy job. I just lifted him. But coordinating to get them to land so like on her, because the height difference between us two is ridiculous. So trying to make sure that I don't lift too high and getting them and then going down at the same time, just coordinating that was quite difficult because we hadn't much time to kind of sort it out, and we just called it. And
that was more scary for me. I was at risk of getting kicked in the face, having them just land all on me. I hated every moment of it. It looked great. Hated every moment of it. It's terrifying for me. I had the feet hitting me.
Yeah, I had one in the most recent. We had in the little show we did in Dudley. During the Rumble, we had a guy jump off the top rope into the crowd with us. I did have him kick me in the eye, but other than that, that was quite nice.
You got kicked in the eye during a Rumble? Oh,
yeah,
no.
He was jumping off the top rope into the ring, and there's just a massive. But there was just about 10 of us in the ring at once, and
that wasn't fun.
He turned, and sadly, because I'm so tall, it just he hit me before he hit the rest of them.
Oh God! How do you're in a Rumble and you're all like planned to know what you're doing, and that happens? Like, what did you think? Like, what were you thinking at that moment? Were you already in full bunch mode with somebody else?
I literally just came back from almost being eliminated, so I just climbed back into the ring.
I didn't see that.
I got pulled back in, and then there was just a massive crowd of us in the middle. I turned, looked, and there was a guy coming at us from the top rope.
Did not see
Did it injure?
No.
Did you hurt your nose, or were you bleeding, or anything like that?
I got away quite lucky. No injuries. Just I did have to go hide under the bottom turnbuckle for a few minutes because I did feel a bit disorientated after that one.
I feel lucky. I've not had anything too bad in matches that are scary.
No,
it's always in training.
Like in training we do some stuff that because we're trying out new stuff for matches and stuff like that. We had one where she was doing a code break and she headbutted me the other week, and neither of us were coordinated. We were practicing over, and it was mine. I was too far forward, and we just clapped dead. It was all really grim, and then got all sorts go wrong.
It's your back suplexes I don't like.
Yeah.
Too tall.
What about you, Skylar? Have you ever had an encounter like that in the ring, like an out of nowhere, like someone catches you the wrong way and you're just not prepared for it, and you knew it was coming, but you didn't know when it was coming?
I think so. Yeah, but I'm trying to remember which one it was. It was in one of my first shows. Oh. You know what I'm on about though. That's the thing.
If you can't talk about it, don't worry. Don't get in trouble.
No, there was a moment that I genuinely remember.
It was one of our first shows. It was during a Rumble.
It was during a Rumble, yeah.
Was it Jay Shelley that hit you?
No. I did get hit in an eye with a stud at one point when I was getting in a ring. That
Wait,
hurt.
what? A straw?
No, a stud. So like
oh yeah. So we had so it was a guy called Creeper for Fusion Pro Wrestling. He was the grand. He
didn't know he did it. Just to clarify,
he was the grand champion at the time, and we had to separate him from another competitor, another opponent, and like as he did that, he wears this massive jacket with spiked shoulders and gloves with studs all over them. And he ended up punching her in the eye while trying to separate the two of them.
Oh, no.
She had almost a black eye for nearly 2 weeks.
Trying to explain that.
Poor Skylar. No. Oh, both of you guys. That's horrible to like you're in the middle of a Rumble and you just get yourself back in the ring for being eliminated. And you get kicked in the face. And then Skylar gets pegged in the eye. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, when... Outside of wrestling, when you're doing your regular world, how do you explain to someone you have a black eye? Like what do you do? How do you explain to these people?
Not easily.
Yeah, it's not an easy task. But with us being partners as well in the day-to-day, we've been together for like 5 years.
The looks you get from
personally in public, because I don't bruise easily, so I don't get many bruises on me from wrestling unless I've been properly hit.
I do.
You bruise like a peach.
I do bruise like a peach.
Like you can probably see here, she's
I've got one
slight
there
bruises.
still.
We get so many weird looks in public because she's with me. She's covered in bruises from wrestling. And like, we have to go, no, not.
We're fine.
There's nothing
It's fine.
happening. It's just, we're professional wrestlers. This is an occupational hazard.
You walk around.
Yeah, I took my first bump at a show. I don't know if you guys saw it on the Instagram. Actually, it was funny. That was the day that I was driving to the wrestling show. And no, that wasn't that one. Was it the one? But I booked you guys when I was going to Mayfield. That I went to another show in Scranton, and it took my first wrestling bump. I don't know if I sent it to you guys or showed it to you guys.
Yeah. Amazing.
It was the coolest thing I ever did in my entire life. Like, I was like, we practiced it a few times, but I got hit with a Sister Abigail, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Bray Wyatt. Like, and he was trained by Bray, so it was like I was in the hands of safeness because Bray Wyatt trained him, and it was like I was meant to be. Like, I got hit by his Sister Abigail, and I think he opened a third eye for me because I now feel like not a face, not a heel, I'm a neutral. I'm like forever, like.
Bray Wyatt's one of the reasons why she's into wrestling.
Yeah. Small world, guys. Here we go. Have you actually got a chance to get hit by a Sister Abigail yet? I take that move for granted. Like,
I have. You also have.
Was it Sister Abigail or was it?
Yours wasn't the Sister Abigail. Yours was. You know what Alexa Bliss is currently doing, where she switches.
Oh, that's like the Bliss thing. That's like, right?
Yeah, it looks like the Sister Abigail. You got hit with that recently in training because we were going over new moves, and I got hit on the same training day with a Sister Abigail that day. Well, I think it was about a week after you took yours, actually, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was about a week after we saw the video of you getting hit with it. So that was quite fun.
So, are there any other male and female like teams or just male and female individually you guys would like to wrestle that you haven't had a chance to work with yet?
Honestly, there's so many. Most of the UK.
We got time.
I absolutely love most of the UK indie scene.
You want to wrestle our current trainer on a Tuesday. You want to wrestle Lucy Sky.
I would love to wrestle with Lucy Sky. I'd like to have a match with or against either or Saxa, who you have had a podcast with, and I remember seeing it. I love her. She's amazing. Decca's probably another one.
Yeah.
I would love to have a match with someone that came from our old training school, Jay Shelley, because he is so
I've
cool.
had a match with Jay Shelley. He was my first ever match. I was in such safe hands with him and trained so much. Honestly, best match I've had, and you'd have an even better match with him.
He's amazing. He jumps into the crowd
He's one of the best wrestlers I've ever had. And I wrestled him with a broken hand. He had a broken hand that day, but we still
broken hand.
Yeah.
He gives 110%.
Yeah, he goes above and beyond for wrestling. He is one of the best wrestlers I have ever met in my life. He is so underrated. He is one of the nicest people I've ever met. And you want to wrestle with him. I got the opportunity to have my first ever match against him, and he had a broken hand that day, but he still put in 110%. And we had such an incredible 10-minute match.
You know who I would like to wrestle eventually? When I'm a bit better, Hannah Taylor. To wrestle Hannah Taylor.
There's a few people I would love to see either just one-on-one or in a team. But Skylar, I would definitely love to see you wrestle Maddie Morgan from LWF. Have you ever heard of her?
I think so.
Yes.
I think so. I'm really bad with names. I probably
if you saw her, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, Maddie." She's like lightning bolt. You would want to steal the idea for her gear. Her like a top and shorts, and there's like lightning bolts on it, like pink, and then she has a blue pair.
Yeah. I know exactly who you're on about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Needed the description.
Yep.
I would love
And then it's funny, they both had the same name. There's a girl from Germany, and they both had Madison Morgan. And then the one from Germany just went to Japan. She changed her name last year, and I had to have her back on. She laughed. She's like, "Again, Joe?" And I was like, "Yes, they have a different name." And she would laugh out loud. Oh yeah, got it. Like, there's tons. Oh my gosh, I've had people, maybe even Riho. I would like to see you wrestle. Either both of you would wrestle. Riho. Sorry, I just tossed you in a handicap match against Riho. My bad. So she could double stack you both. Like, put her foot on top of you. It's over. Like, thanks, Joe.
Appreciate it.
You next, Joe. What? Riho would never hurt me. She just like, get them. She'll do to me like Lucius did. Just give me them glasses. Be like, not again. Crap. Just with Skylar, Kiara, she's another good talented wrestler from the UK. Oh my gosh, JJ, his name's JJ. I forgot the end of the name, but he's been on my podcast before. Like a few years ago, he came on. He's a big name now. JJ, I forgot the end of the name.
I think I know what you're on about. I remember the
you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Yeah.
So with this question, sorry, go on.
Sorry, you continue.
Like with your continuing wrestling career, do you guys ever look back to like some of your older like matches to take any advice of stuff that you made a mistake with in the beginning that you would like change if you had a chance to within your new stuff you guys do?
Yeah, definitely. I always look back and I go, my crowd work back when I started was horrendous. I was really bad at it. I had a really bad habit of just going from move to move to move to move to move. I wouldn't just take in the moment. And that's one thing I always tell myself to do now when I'm wrestling is just take my time, work the crowd more than I'm working my opponent.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I always look back on.
I wouldn't change anything because I don't think I would have gotten where I am without making all of the mistakes I previously had made.
Yeah.
But I agree. Like we're like actually just having fun.
Yeah.
Like the amount that I'd overthink with moves was like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
The difference now between our like first like especially you, our first ever match we had as a tag team, it's like we had a really bad habit of rushing it. We rushed it so much that we would, to be fair, we still went over time that we originally given. We were given a 7-minute slot for a tag team match. We ended up going nearly 15. And it was our ref's fault, in all honesty. He got absorbed into the match and forgot to let us know the timings of everything. So
forgot to tell us that we were coming to an end.
Yeah, but it's like we went to that match and we just didn't get to enjoy it. And then we had a match actually against each other recently, and we did take our time that one. We did just enjoy the moment. We did enjoy that. I got to see, because it was at a little it was at a Pride festival, our match was, and it started off with a really small crowd of about 5 people, and by the halfway through our match, after I picked you up and slammed you twice, we had a crowd of 50, 60 already building.
Yeah.
So being able to absorb that atmosphere has been something I've had to teach myself from looking at my past mistakes.
Enjoying it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I find that really cool. And it's cool you guys did a Pride Fest. Like most people would, like a lot of times wrestlers now do a lot of Pride Fests, and I wish they did it more by me, because I last a festival style that had a wrestling show by me was a Taco Fest I went to, and I wish that they would have did a little bit more, like not just a like a like
Yeah.
do a Pride Fest. Like I live in a small town, one lighted town, and they have a music festival here. And I say this to my friend Hector all the time. Man, this town would be really cool if they did a wrestling event, like a big Wrestle Fest, but outside for like from Friday to Sunday, like and
Be
different
so
shows can come to town, and you know what I mean. It'd be kind of cool to see that, but not enough wrestling fans. I doubt. I think they'd bring out the fans that don't want wrestling. That'd be like that, like the Pride Fest.
I love I like little festivals and fun days that we've done a couple recently, and as much as the crowds are small, you get a lot of enjoyment out of them because you see little kids that just come out the woodwork and come to the front row.
Absolutely love it.
Absolutely love it. You always go well over in little fun festivals because all the kids come up the front row, and every single time we've left a match, you always get kids going, "I'm your new number one fan" every single time.
Aw, that must light you guys up when you hear that. Like, if you're a little kid that you thought would never watch wrestling, and now they're like, "Hey, I'm your number one fan," and you're like, or you see them at another show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they want
You
to
know
see
what I
you.
mean?
Great. I love it.
Yeah.
It makes me so
That's
happy.
amazing. That's cool, guys. Before we go, guys, if my fans want to follow you on social media, how can they find you?
So
I'm gonna have to.
I am on Instagram. I am Judas_is_war. If you just search in Judas's War, I come up straight away. On TikTok, I am Judas Pro Wrestling, and from both of those, my two platforms.
Oh, I'm amazed you remember that.
Yeah.
I look back now. I can't remember my own name.
Oh no.
My Instagram is Skylar with an A .wrestling. Really basic, really simple, because make it easy. Not going to make it complicated. And then my TikTok is it's.Skylar_PW.
Awesome. I want to thank you both for coming on the podcast. Before we go, if there was any kids watching the podcast, I really hope there is, because I love having younger fans. What kind of advice would you have for them if they wanted to get into the business?
I'll let you start.
I would say just go out there, find a wrestling school, and put in the effort. If you really have a passion for it, go follow it. I wish I did it much earlier than I have done. I have her to thank for pushing me to go follow my own dream. So if you have the drive to become a professional wrestler, or if you just want to try it, go to a school, try it out. It's so much fun. You'll get so much more enjoyment out of it if you go try it. It's so worth it. Just take the risk and go do it. You'll meet so many wonderful people through wrestling.
Yeah, I'd just say to watch a lot. I learn through visual stuff a lot, and I know a lot of other people do too. If you watch matches, it can help. Go to the fun days, meet the people. So
go watch indie wrestling.
Exactly. If you're a bit too young for a school, if you get to know those people, that will make it so much easier to then go when you can, because you'll know them.
Like if you've got a little kid, if little kids want to go and become a wrestler and they know there's got a wrestling school by them, go to their indie shows, go be a fan first, go enjoy those little events, meaning when you know the trainers, you know the wrestlers, and you'll then just integrate into that community so much easier.
And be kind to yourself. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're never going to be perfect at it.
Nobody's perfect.
Exactly.
But if you put your heart and soul into it, you'll be where my guests are today. You never know. You could be facing them one day in the ring. Prayers to you. But thank you guys. I want to wish you guys both best of luck on your wrestling journey, and maybe during August I could have you back on for UK Wrestling Month. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah, would love
and you can bring your friends. Bring a friend. That's what I say. Bring up rent.
Will do.
Thank you so much. I'm Joe Panther the Third,
And I'm Judas.
I'm Skylar Faye.
and we will catch you in the next one.